think of dog sledding, I think of all our friends that have gone to Alaska, and a lot of them have done the sledding adventure as well. And they all had such great things to say about it, that it was the one thing that I really wanted to try that we hadn't been able to try when we were there with Mom and Dad. So to me, dog sledding is the ultimate excursion.
To fulfill Barbara's bucket list item of going dog sledding just required a few simple items. A dog sled, some sled dogs to pull it, and some snow for the dogs to pull the sled on. But as you can see, there's no snow in Juneau in June. In fact, it was a bright, sunny, warm, late spring day, which was actually good, because the sled, the dogs, and the snow are up in the mountains on the Mendenhall Glacier, and to get there, we have to take a helicopter ride. The instructions tell you to wear hiking shoes. I don't know why, because before the obligatory safety briefing, they give you studded glacier boots to put on over your hiking shoes. Then it's out to the flight line. I'm gonna go get my sunglasses. I'll be right back.
They're a challenge, aren't they?
Oh, it's middle in the middle. Yeah, they are.
And then, after a few minutes, the parade of red and silver helicopters swooped in for a landing, carrying back earlier excursion members from up on the glacier. The ground crew makes sure any fuel is added and then walks us out to our assigned chopper. Our instructions were not to film during this part and pay attention, as the rotors are still spinning while we are boarding, and selfie sticks are strictly forbidden. After climbing into our assigned seats and getting buckled up, it was time to go. This was the first time for both Barb and I in a helicopter. The neat part about this adventure was getting there was half the fun, and the weather cooperated perfectly.
If the weather is overcast or bad, the helicopters can't get you up the glacier, so that's the biggest risk when you sign up for dog sledding. And Patty and John had gone 10 years ago and had tried to go and couldn't get up to the glacier because of the weather. So I was really nervous about, this big, huge buildup I had in my mind about being able to go dog sledding and then to get rained out.
The views from the helicopter were simply breathtaking. We could see the end of the glacier where it terminates into Lake Mendenhall. Icy Falls, which is a small glacier that terminates with a 1,000-foot vertical plunge into the valley below. And then, over a low pass, we could see the expanse of the Mendenhall stretched out in front of us, framed by the mountains on either side.
I am not the best flyer in the world. I'm not the best traveler in the world, so it was one of those things of getting up there and just, I could get really dodgy, and so that was a big concern, but it was not enough of the concern. I wanted to go dog sledding worse than I wanted to worry about flying in a helicopter for the first time in my life.
Close to the head of the glacier, we could just make out the sledding camp below. Everything with the exception of the people and the dogs are required to be painted white to blend in with the natural surroundings. Time to circle in for the landing.
My impressions of the glacier, we got out and it was a bright, clear, beautiful sunny day. In fact, almost felt overdressed. I was a little warm, but it was a lot softer. The surface was a lot softer and a lot snowier than I thought. When I think of a glacier, I think of an ice cube. And I think about it being that hard and solid, and it wasn't. It was actually this pristine, white, soft snow environment.
You'll see those happen all day throughout the day on a day like today when it's really sunny. No, we're actually, so it's an optical illusion, but we're about a half a mile away. Yep, about a half a mile.
It is an optical illusion.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything looks like this.
I know, it seems like it's right here for sure.
There's national forest in North America. It's like 17, 18 million acres. It runs from Juneau to Skagway. I know it doesn't look like a forest. I swear it's federal land. We do have to get a permit from our federal government, from the Forest Services, to be up here. Yeah.
Okay, enough with the small talk. Let's meet the team and get to sledding.
We've got a bunch of cutie pies on this team. I've got quite a bit of range in ages and genders as well. So we have got herding dogs, hounds, shepherding dogs mixed in there. So that's why they all got different looks, sizes, shapes, colorings going on there. So before we head out, I'll be able to introduce you to each of the dogs. In the very back, we have Steiny, she's a little black one, with Brutus. He's kind of a whiner, I will warn you. If you talk her out there. Are we allowed to? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's very friendly. Steiny's a little bit shy, but I know he's a little bit. And then next to him, we have Tom. Next to Tom, we've got little Raspberry. I know. Look at you, you're so And then we have Tara, who's got a very ferocious kind of sounding bark, but she's super sweet as well. Katara. Okay. And then next to Katara, we have Bone Crusher. Super mean name, really sweet girl. And then next to Bone Crusher, we have Sky. She's kind of skittish, but she's really sweet. She's got these gorgeous sky blue eyes. And then next to her, we have our fearless leaders, Miss Little Walnut and Zeno. So Walnut is about 7 years old, but she's looks and acts like a puppy still. These two are some of my main lead dogs up here on the place. All right, you guys ready back there? Hang on tight. This first part is a little bit fast.
All right.
Hang on. Hi. Very good, Brutus. Good boy. On by. Here we go. Dogs get super excited when it comes. believe it or not, even though these dogs do this multiple times, they get that excited. Okay.
Determine who's going to be the lead dog.
Good question. So my leaders are hopefully my more intelligent dogs. So those two dogs are a little bit more experienced. Exactly, yeah. So when we come to intersections, I've got to tell them which direction to go into, so they go by voice command for that stuff. And we are actually on top of the Mendenhall Glacier itself right now. So we are on top of about 25 feet of snow before we had hit the ice of the glacier itself. It is, yeah, and that's partly because it's so sunny today. It's starting to melt stuff. It is, yeah. And up to our right, we do have our photographer, so he's gonna snap some action shots of us as we go by. So let's make sure we give him a big smile and a big wave. Everybody looking to your right.
Say cheese!
Awesome. He's gonna get one more up close of us here. All right, big smile. Very good. And his goal is to be a National Geographic photographer someday, so don't be surprised if you find yourselves on the cover of a magazine someday. It really is, yeah. It's a gorgeous day you guys picked to come up here. Unfortunately, the odds for cancellations for our weather are pretty good up here, so we really love it when it's sunny like this. It's our 5th day in a row running tours. It's our longest stretch of the season so far, so cross fingers. We're gonna keep going here.
We were watching weather all last week and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it was sweating it out.
Good girl. So it's just about 1.3 miles, so it's not terribly far. And part of the reason is that this is pretty warm for these dogs, so it can feel kind of chilly for us, and you know, all this snow, we assume they're maybe a little cold, but if anything, we gotta worry about them overheating. It is, yeah, so right now, it is, and just hold on one second while I get these brakes in. All right, so you guys are free to hop off if you would like to.
You get a job?
Okay, Barbara, get on.
Walnut, tighten up.
Hey, this is
Walnut.
you can go down to the
No, it's all right. I just want him to be able to get his
Zeno,
picture.
uptight. Good girl.
Get a hole
Good
there.
girl. Walnut, Zeno.
During the ride, there are several stops to allow the dogs a quick rest in these warm temperatures. The stops also allow for some photos, of course, and a chance to change around so everyone gets a chance to drive and ride in the front.
Get back in over. Get back
And freeze. Look at that face. That's the look that makes the whole trip worthwhile.
This is so cool.
Puppies. And that's something I'm going to do for our next stop, but sometimes it's actually good to let them out of it just for a minute. Because they need to realize it's just functional. Don't want to push yourself around. Yeah, we can do that for all of them. Oh, no. You're fine. It's all right. I love telling people commands at the end of stairs and suggestions. One of my favorite parts about working with fun dogs. We've got dealing with up to 14, 15, 16 personalities up here, depending on how many dogs I've got. So it is always.
Is this a typical size for a normal dog sled, or do they vary with distance?
The sled itself or the dogs?
The dogs.
Yeah, this is pretty simple. I know they have some smaller dogs in some of the other kennels and even in the camp. I just got kind of tinier little sled dogs, but Alaska Huskies can range anywhere from these really tiny ones up front to 90 or 100 pounds. Good job, guys. Good job. Here we go. Katara. Katara. Katara was originally supposed to be a pet, and then somebody put her in a harness as well. And then every once in a while she'll have a day where she's not really sure what she's supposed to be doing. So that's why she's not even pulling. Alright, we're gonna come to our next dog race. She's not positive. We're still sussing it out. Alright guys, we're gonna take this next opportunity to drivers again. One more time after this.
Okay. Good. Hold back. Point it anywhere you want. Don't drop it.
No kidding, buddy.
I'll make sure I get a picture of you.
Oh,
You ready back there?
yeah. You've already gotten pictures of me, so like I said, you can point it anywhere you want.
To our next dog race.
I'd have to say that's probably one of the top 5 experiences of my life. Dog sledding was probably the neatest experience I've done in a long time.
Good girl, Tonks! That's little Tonks and Raspberry up there.
Okay, Barbara.
I know, it's never quite enough time out here. It really isn't.
Okay, Barbara.
It's been a different kind of a day, like if it was really bad weather or if it was
Barbara.
yeah. I mean,
No, you're out front.
you sure?
Yeah.
You guys ready back there? Alrighty. Here we go.
Pulling the anchor.
Alright, there he is!
Alright, hike, hike. Good dog. Woo! Where was that when they took our picture, huh? Right? I'm telling you, the goofier you are in those photos, the better it is. Good dog. Good job, guys.
Summer go down and still get more flush.
What's that?
Summer go down and still get more flush.
Yeah, and you know, not even just during the summer, but more during the day. So during the day, yeah, so at the very beginning of the morning when we're running early tours, I'll run as little as 6 or 7 dogs. And then as the day goes on, by the end of a day like today, I'm usually up to 14. And we're going just about the same speed as we go now. Yeah, and that's because the snow gets much punchier, and so the dogs have a harder time scooping that snow. What was that? We came up for setup on May 1st. Yep, so it's pretty crazy to think about, but everything you see up here, so dogs, humans, sleds, camp stuff, you have to set it all by helicopter. So they'll do something called sling loading, which is always really cool to see. Yeah, so they'll have a long line from the helicopter, and the pilots have to be specially trained to actually bring that stuff up because it's pretty dangerous. But yeah, that's how pretty much everything gets done. No, the dogs travel in the main compartment. Yeah, we don't bring the dogs. We won't too much. Take that risk. All right, guys, here we go. Hike, hike. Hike, hike. Leaning to our right here a little bit, guys, as we go around this corner. Awesome. We really are. Yeah, and all this rock face was originally covered in snow, of course, when we first got up here. So all of that snow you see that tumbles down with some avalanches. Yeah. A lot of melting has been happening.
So when it's really bad weather up here, how uncomfortable is it to have to stay up here?
You know, it's actually not too bad. It's pretty chilly up here. It still snows. We got a foot and a half of snow last week. One year they had 2 feet of snow on July 4th.
Oh, wow.
But in terms of general living, it's really not so bad. We still have dog tours, of course, even if we're not running tours, so that's usually 3 to 4 hours a day. But other than that, we just kind of hang out, play cards, relax, take a break. Good job, guys! All right, so you guys are free to hop off, and I might suggest actually going to your right-hand side here, because I'm about to tie this rope off.
Okay.
And you guys are welcome to say hello to any of the dogs at this point.
All right, and you two will be coming down here.
No, he says, where's my food? Where's my food? Food and water.
Thank you so much, guys. And there's Madeline. Can I get a picture of you, Paws?
Yeah, she's got these gorgeous sky blue eyes.
They're pretty awesome. Nope, she needs to do one.
Like, I'm busy.
I know.
Aren't you pretty? Oh, you're so beautiful.
Oh yeah, this is a great day for avalanches up here. Awesome, and I have a card here for you guys. So if you get a chance to tell folks how much you liked your trip up here, please do so. And yeah, it was a real pleasure meeting you folks.
What's
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, the video's running, so we'll pull stills.
Cool.
Work it, work it.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your journey. Thank you.
Sadly, the dog sledding was over, but there was time to meet the next generation of sled dogs. Puppies! Conceived during the Iditarod dog sled race and born on the glacier.
Socializing them at a very young age. We want them to be very used to people. And so that's why you guys are basically helping us train them. Hi.
If I have to make that sacrifice, I will.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. The puppies appreciate it. They're like, I don't know if we appreciate it because we're napping all day. And we'll start this one over here. So yeah, we do have 5 puppies in this litter, but we usually only take out a couple at a time because we don't want to take them all away from mom and give them to strangers and then have her be like, what is happening?
Hi, Jane.
But yeah, we'll make sure everybody gets a chance. And they're all about 3 weeks old now. So just opened their eyes and ears last week.
Time for one more look around before we head back down off this miraculous vista. The plain we're standing on is almost 5 miles wide. flight back took us on a low-level flight straight down the glacier. Looking down, you can see how this massive wall of ice is twisted and bent as it makes its way down the valley.
I really did. You know, they were so careful and safe with us going up because I don't know how many other people, this was their first helicopter ride. You know, like I said, I was kind of nervous, but they were very gentle and very kind about it. And then when we came off the glacier and we got to see it and we went up over that mountain, and then he just started going down. I've never been one for a roller coaster ride, but that was fun. It was fun, and you could just see forever. See everything. Best part of the most memorable part, I'm not sure there's a best part that I can call out. I can tell you that the most unmemorable part was losing my glasses, but just everything about it. It was absolutely perfect. It was more fun than I expected. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.